What up, guys? Thank you for joining me again this week. Once again, it's Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief. I'm going to go ahead and leave the call off of this video because it's pretty late. As you guys can tell with the do-rag, it's pretty late at night. But I had to do this video right now. I had to get it out while it was fresh. As the title suggests, you're not dreaming. Yes, I just got done seeing Thor. And, yeah. Wow. So in case you guys are wondering what happened to the Fast 5 movie review, I was still planning on doing it, matter of fact. It was supposed to be out tonight, matter of fact, but this just came across my desk. So it's like, Fast 5, Thor. Fast 5, Thor. Think I'm gonna have to go with Thor. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is, any of you guys who are familiar with my movie reviews, you know that I review it without any spoilers. That's usually how I do it. Review it without any spoilers. What I liked, what I didn't like, and then my recommendation. And then the second half of the review is usually spoiler territory. But since this review is coming out so early, I'm going to do this review completely no spoilers. So you guys can go ahead and enjoy the review. You don't have to worry about me spoiling anything in this review. I'm not going to do it. So yeah, Thor, once again, let's just get into the review. And just so you guys know, like I said, it's late and I just got done watching it, so this review is going to be a little bit off the cuff. It might come across as a little incoherent at times, and I'll be going to the Wikia page to, make sure I got all my information straight and all that jazz. So let's jump into the review. Okay, Thor, as you guys know, is the film adaptation of the popular Marvel superhero comic book by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, which was inspired by the Norse mythology of the character of Thor and his company. But okay, so yeah, let's see. Okay, so this film directed by Kenneth Branagh. You guys might not be familiar with who Kenneth Branagh is. In case you may be confused, refer back to Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. He played the role of the Defense Against the Dark Arts professor who wasn't worth a damn. I just threw that out there. I know Kenneth Branagh is more famous for directing and for doing English and Shakespearean work, but for the bulk of my American audience, that's the one film that you guys probably automatically know. What was it? Was it Lockhart? Lockhart, I think that was his name. Anyway, in that film, you guys know who I'm talking about, the blonde pretty boy that all the girls will, Gilderoy Lockhart or some shit like that, I think was his name. But yes, that's Kenneth Branagh. But he is a fantastic director. I've seen some more of his work, like his Mary Shelley Frankenstein adaptation with him, Robert De Niro, and why can't I remember her name? Damn, it's late. Helena Bonham Carter. That's it. But yeah. Anyway, so Kenneth Branagh, he went ahead, he directed this, which was a surprise because when I first heard about this movie being made, I didn't even know that he was attached to direct. But it stars Chris Hemsworth, who's barely an unknown. He's practically an unknown. The only other film of merit that he's been in was Star Trek. Natalie Portman just got done winning an Oscar. Tom Hiddleston, not familiar with him. Anthony Hopkins, we all know who that is. But yeah, so pretty much the story of Thor. If you guys are familiar with the comics, or if you're familiar with Thor on the animated series Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, pretty much it's the same story. Thor is the god of thunder, the Norse god of thunder, the prince of Asgard, son of Odin, who's the All-Father, the king of Asgard. And pretty much Thor gets cast out of Asgard. He falls to Earth, on Earth, he befriends Jane Foster and her company, and he becomes Earth's guardian, its protector. That's pretty much the story. His rival is his brother Loki, who's the Norse god of mischief. If you guys don't know who Loki is, you've heard his name before. Anyone who's seen The Mask with Jim Carrey, that mask that he has, that mask is a mask of Loki, the Norse god of mischief. That's why whenever Jim Carrey puts on the mask, he turns into this crazy, mischievous, comic character. It's a mask of Loki. So just my general thoughts of the film. The film was good. For what it was, it's another Marvel superhero comic book adaptation film. Like I said, it was well directed. The acting with Chris Hemsworth was on point. When I found out Chris Hemsworth was cast for Thor like over 2 years ago. But when I saw his picture, when I found out who he was, he was on Star Trek, I was like, oh yeah, that guy's perfect. He has the look, he has the build, he has the height. God damn, is he tall? He's really tall. Like, he towers. When he stands next to Natalie Portman, I know Natalie Portman, she's not, tall, but he towers her. Like, he is really tall. So yeah, he was great. Anthony Hopkins as Odin was perfect, like spot on perfect. That was such a great cast. I knew he was going to do a great job. Anthony Hopkins is a fantastic, phenomenal actor. I knew he'd do a great job. So that's my general thoughts. Like I said, my general thoughts of the movie. It was pretty good. As a, Marvel superhero comic book adaptation film, it was good. But as a movie, like as a standalone movie, as a standalone movie, it was still good. It wasn't great, but it was still good. So now I'm going to get into what I didn't like about the movie. What I didn't like about the movie, a few things that were worth mentioning. Thor and Jane Foster, his love interest, their relationship. This happens so often in movies where it's, I always find myself saying 2 hours does not a relationship make. Like, I don't see how, in some of these movies, these characters will just fall head over heels in love with each other, and they've only been on screen for like 2 hours. It's like, nah, it does, and Thor is no different. The same thing happened in this movie. It's like, no, I'm not getting that love relationship. No, I'm not getting it. Also, another thing that kind of a little bit. Hold on, let me get Kat Dennings. She's a good actress. God, she's gorgeous. She is gorgeous, and man, I'm looking at a picture right now. She is, girl, I do some things to you, yes, but I've seen her acting before, and I am a fan. But I have to ask, why was her character in this movie? The character of Darcy, her role in this movie is pretty much she's Jane Foster's assistant. I have to ask myself, why was her character in this movie? Because other than being a very minute comic relief, she had no other purpose in this film. And I can't help but think, why? Why is she in this movie? That was just something that came up to my attention when I was watching the film, and I couldn't help it. I was like, she really is a good actress, and she can play. If you guys have seen her in Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, she can play a lead role, but she also is a strong supporting character. Supporting actress. but her character was not a strong character in this film. So, let's see. Other than that, what else didn't I like? Oh, this is the biggest problem about the film, in my opinion. And I guess I'll go ahead and I'll say a spoiler right here. This would probably be a spoiler. All of the good action that we've seen in this movie was in the promotions, in the trailers, in the commercials, in the TV spots. All of the best action in the movie is in those promotions. And I have to do a shout out right here and now to my man Zipblock Gory, because he said this months ago when he was talking about when he brought up the Thor movie. He says he felt like he already seen Thor because Marvel put out so much of that film in their promotion. Like, they overdid it with promotion for this film. They really did. Thor had like 10 or 12 different commercials. I don't even know how many trailers there were, but they really went out of the box with all the promotion they did, because they showed the whole movie in the promotions. Seriously. And this was a major letdown. Why? Because Marvel has had this problem in the past. 2 years ago, when X-Men Origins Wolverine was released, a work print of the film, which is pretty much a DVD rip of the film without the finalized CGI done to the film, was leaked online. Thousands upon thousands of people downloaded it, and Marvel, they made this big hoopla about it because because their movie was released early. And, X-Men Origins Wolverine, it fared well in the box office, but one has to wonder how well it would have done had the work print not been released. Well, here's my thing. Okay, so, whoever it was that's responsible for that, Marvel, they dropped the bomb on that. Then you have Iron Man 2. Marvel did something really clever with Iron Man 2. They put scenes in the trailer and in the commercials that were not in the film. That is a brilliant and genius scheme. Why? Because that means you intentionally made footage to be into your promotions, to tease your audience, and then when they actually go to the theater, you deliver with even better scenes. That's how you're supposed to do it. Marvel, you dropped the bomb this year. Why? Because you showed way too much of Thor. Way too much of this film. Like I said, the best action scenes in this film is in the promotions. So when I'm watching the film, I'm like, Thor did not fail to meet my expectations. But it didn't exceed it either. Thor met my expectations. It didn't exceed it, and it didn't fail. It met it. Which is why I said it was a good movie. It wasn't bad. But yeah, Marvel, don't do that again. Y'all have done a good job with Captain America, because y'all have kept that motherfucker on wraps. Like, I've only seen one commercial for Captain America, and that was during the Super Bowl. And that's it. And in the trailer, I think I saw the trailer. That's all we saw Captain America. So y'all did a good job with that. But for Thor, y'all fucked that up promotion-wise. Y'all really did. Y'all showed too much material. Too much. Okay, so what else is there to talk about? I don't want to make this video too long. I see I'm already approaching 15 minutes. So like I said, Thor did not fail to meet my expectations, but it didn't exceed it either. So in case you guys are wondering, it's like, well, Larry, maybe you're a little bit too critical. Maybe you're nitpicking, or maybe you're thinking too much into it because it's fresh, it's straight off the dome. Because I just got done watching, and not true, because I did that with Sucker Punch. With my Sucker Punch review, I think I was overly critical with that. But then again, I'm biased towards that film because I actually enjoyed the film. And I'll say it right here. I thought Sucker Punch was a bad film. But I can admit to liking a bad film. So, which if you guys are wondering, that's the difference between me and another reviewer that you might see here on YouTube. I'm not biased towards what I review. I can call an ace an A and a spade a spade and an ace and ace. You know, if it's a bad movie, I'll say it's a bad movie, despite the fact that whether or not I like it. Just like The Social Network. The Social Network was a really good movie, but I don't like The Social Network. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it wasn't good. You see? So, okay, I made a comment on Facebook, on my Facebook page and on the Otaku Symbol page where I said that Thor was a good movie. Not as good as The Fighter, but a hell of a lot better than Iron Man 2. Now, maybe I might have been a little bit too critical when I said that because The Fighter is a completely different type of film. But I use that as an example to tell you, so you guys can know what I'm talking about. The Fighter exceeded my expectations. Like, I went in expecting a certain, you know, something from that film, and it exceeded it. It passed my expectations. I can say the same thing about True Grit. Same thing, you know, I expected something and it exceeded my expectations. Same thing with Black Swan. Hell, same thing with The Social Network. Even though I didn't even like that movie, it still exceeded my expectations. So maybe it's not fair to put Thor in the same category with that type of film. Why? Because that's a different type of film. But I can put it in the category along with other Marvel films. So, or other superhero films. So let me put it to you like this. Where does Thor stand on that, you know, ladder? Is it better than The Dark Knight? No, it's not. It's not better than The Dark Knight. But like I said, it is better than Iron Man 2. I enjoyed this film a lot better than Iron Man 2, and I think it's a lot better than Iron Man 2. For multiple reasons. Number one, they don't have a lot of subplots going on. Number two, they don't have a lot of characters thrown into the fold. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have too much going on. Thor is a straight narrative story. It's pretty simple. Anybody of any age can go into this movie and pick it up, you know. And this is a film for everybody. This is a film for the little kids, teenagers, adults. You'll go into this film and you'll love it. The visuals, that's a good thing. The visuals were fantastic. The Rainbow Bridge was very well done. Asgard looks beautiful. The costumes, I thought the costumes looked good. I thought the costumes were really good, especially Odin's robe. I love that thing. Like, if I can find one of those, a cosplay, I'm getting it. It was really well done. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'll get ready to wrap this thing up. My final thoughts on the film, like I said, really good. Definitely worth seeing. Definitely worth the price of admission. But don't go see it in 3D. If they offer it near you in 3D, don't go see it. You will have just as good an experience seeing this in theaters if you go see it in 2D. Don't go see it in 3D. Because I tried pointing out I didn't see it in 3D. I tried pointing out in the film where they would use 3D, and I think I do know where they would use it. It doesn't make a difference. Go see it in 2D. Save yourself some money. Maybe go buy some chocolate almonds or something, or some Twizzlers or some M&Ms. But don't waste it in 3D, because you don't need to see it in 3D. This is a well-made movie already the way it is, and I applaud Kenneth Branagh for stepping outside of what is his norm to direct a superhero movie. Good job. My only other thoughts on the film is I'm trying to figure out now that we've seen what Thor can do in film. You know, we know what he's capable of. And we also saw a small cameo from another Avenger, which I enjoyed very much. I like that. But now I'm trying to think, who in the hell could they be fighting in the Avengers where they need Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, Captain America, and Thor? Who could they be fighting like that? Damn. Especially after seeing the shit that Thor does in this movie, who could they be fighting where not either one of them or two of them isn't enough? They need four? Man. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you guys for joining me again this week. As always, comment, rate, subscribe. Like I said, shout out to my man Ziploc Gory. Make sure you check out his channel, man. That dude is the comic book authority. He's my comic book authority here on YouTube. He's my comic book authority. When I want to know something about comic books, that's the man I go talk to. Let's see. Other than that, also, once again, I apologize for the Fast Five, for not doing the Fast Five review. And I've noticed that recently I've been making a lot of promises to do videos, and I don't get around to doing them. You guys will have to forgive me. Right now, shit is crazy over here on my end of things. You know, like I really have to take the time out to get around to make the videos that I get a chance to make. So, you guys just have to bear with me. But in the meantime, right now, I'm saying it right here on camera, I won't make any promises for any videos that I know there's a chance I won't be able to keep them. Pretty much that means the videos that are outside of my normal weekly videos. You know, when I say I'm gonna do something a little extra, those are the ones I won't make promises on, because if shit hits the fan, then those are the ones that won't get done. But when I talk about my manga review, my anime review, my Game of Thrones reviews, those will be still getting done. They might be late. If they are, you'll just have to bear with me. But those will all, you know, I'll make a point to always keep doing those. Oh, okay. So, guys, thank you for joining me again this week. Like I said, my manga of the month. I'm gonna go back to calling it the manga of the month segment instead of or manga first impressions. I don't know which one sounds better. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think I should call that segment. Should it be manga of the month or should it be manga first impressions? But my Siren review, I'm still doing it because Weekly Shonen Jump won't be out again until next Wednesday. So that is that video will probably be out tomorrow. My Naruto Shippuden is still coming. My Game of Thrones will be on Sunday. And like I said, I won't make any promises to what's coming after that. Just so you guys know. Thanks for joining me again this week. This is Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief. I'm signing off, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.